What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about sneakers. As you see, I'm in my sneaker room, and I'm going to talk to you guys about what got me into sneakers, my first sneakers, to why I'm at the point where I'm creating my own. So if you like the content, make sure you subscribe, and we're going to get into it. Just want to talk a little bit about how I got into sneakers. Now, I have to tell you a backstory. Now, when I was growing up, I grew up in the hood. Yes, in the hood. And my mom didn't have a lot of money to buy me the expensive sneakers. And so as a child, I had, she did the best she could. But a lot of times I got the J.C. Penney special, like the $1.99 that came with the plastic little hook and it had two shoes on it, and I wore those. And in sunny California, the only problem is that when the asphalt got hot, the sole stuck to the to the asphalt. So that was my first sneaker experience with it as a child. And so I knew in my mind I always wanted to get that fresh pair of sneakers. And I remember I probably was like 13 years old, and I got, a summer job. And I swore that as soon as I got my first check, I'm going to get me some fresh kicks. And those fresh kicks was the all white, all leather Dr. J. And I remember I thought I was on top of the world. I didn't care about the clothes or none of that. I could be wearing some raggedy jeans or whatever and a t-shirt, but my kicks had to be fresh. And I remember my first pair was the all white Dr. J's leather. And I remember again walking through the neighborhood, just knew how it felt. It just kind of lifted my spirits, and from there, just seeing the response that people in my neighborhood had, other kids that didn't necessarily have those, being able to say, man, I was the kid in the neighborhood that had the Dr. J's on. I remember the impression that gave to me. And so from there, I was hooked. I was hooked. It was like, okay, what can I get next? Back in the day, I'm kind of dating myself, it was the Chucks. Chucks was it. So, I had to get the fresh Chucks to go, with the fit. And so Chucks was like my next pair of shoes that I thought was super dope, that I wanted to style in. And it just kind of built from there. And I don't know. I just never been like a super clothes guy, even though I like to wear fresh clothes. But it was always about the kicks. So fast forward, I had people ask, well, what was your first shoe that you end up getting that was yours? And I remember, shout out to my man Cool Nuts here in Portland. There was a campaign that was going on between him with Adidas. Him and a gentleman by the name of Ted Williams. They were doing a campaign surrounding the equipment basketball Adidas shoe. And they were connecting with different DJs and influencers in different cities, and particularly DJs around the nation. And they wanted each of those DJs to do a shoot. And so I remember being approached and saying, hey, would you want to get involved with this campaign? And I was like, yeah. So they gave me the opportunity to basically make a remake of the equipment basketball Adidas shoe, and this is it. Now, this shoe is the mock-up. This is a mock-up somebody got me for my original pair, so that's a whole different video. But this is a mock-up, and I remember how excited I was. As you see, it has like the snakeskin pattern here, and blue is my favorite color, so I wanted to have blue. And the final product ended up having a white clear sole to it. And one of the other dope things about this, it comes with a sock insert. Now at the time, I was with a DJ crew, Bump Squad DJ. Shout out to Bump Squad DJs. And so the sock inside had the Bump Squad logo on it, and also they made one that has my picture on it. So that was fresh. That was my first introduction to actually custom making sneakers. And yeah, and from there, you know, getting the opportunity to get into other shoes, and we can talk about that more in other videos. So that's how I first got into shoes and making custom shoes. And I'm going to talk more in other videos about some of the other designs that I've gotten a chance to do, both with Nike as well as current shoes that I'm designing. So if you like the content, interested, make sure you subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. DJ OG1.